Well, hello, YouTube. Happy Sunday morning. Sunday morning can mean only one thing. Well, it can mean lots of things, actually, but this Sunday morning means grab or gross, and this is potentially one of the grossest weeks we've had ever. Potentially ever. You're going to hear a lot of content creators say how bad Martyr is, not worth buying, and they're probably right. They're probably right. It's probably not worth spending a spotlight key on. It's a 3,000 token Series 4 card, but I'm going to do my best today to talk you in to Martyr. Can I do it? Can I bring you over to the Martyr side? I don't know. Let's get into this video and we'll find out. First, we're going to go over the other cards, and then we'll talk about Martyr. Let's go. All right, as you can see, November 28th till December 5th. By the way, my birthday's on November 29th. We'll be doing birthday streams all week on Twitch, so come hang out. We got a handy dandy donation goal over here for a brand new chair for me because my chair is shit. I need a new one. So the cards this week are Martyr. We got Jean Grey, Spider-Man 2099. Jean Grey's not really played much in the current meta. Still a decent card. Ongoing players must play their first card here each turn. I see it somewhat, but not very often. Spider-Man 29 is literally not played at all, but it's one of my favorite cards I wish I could play. One of the cards I've been trying to fit into a deck, and I just haven't been able to do it. The first time this card moves to any location, destroy an enemy card there. Someday, I will make this card work. I don't know when, but I will. And then you have the variants. There's the Jean Grey variant. I'll be showing you actually. Let's go ahead and go up here. This is from Jim Lee. It is a very, very good looking variant. That's an awesome variant. But unless you're a big Jean Grey fan or a big Jean Grey player, there's no reason to go for this card. It is probably the best variant she has. But she has, look at all these variants. She has some dope variants. The baby variant's dope. The Midnight Suns is ridiculous. The Jim Lee, like I said, is very, very good. This Jim Lee is very, very good. The Art Germ's pretty cool. So yeah, she's got some good variants, but this one's probably my favorite. Yeah, it just depends on how big of a fan of Jean Grey you are. She is useful in some control decks. Silver Surfer control. You know, she can be useful. If you play her, then you play Brood, and then your opponent's stuck playing on that lane while you're filling other lanes with goodness to hit with Silver Surfer and whatnot. So, playable card, great variant. Just not sure I would grab it because I don't play the card. But if you play the card, grab it. If you don't, gross out. Next up is Spider-Man 2099. This is from Ryan Gonzalez. It almost looks like a baby variant, but it's not. Ryan Gonzalez does some great variants. It's a Series 4 card. And you know, I don't recommend hardly ever going after Series 4 with Spotlight keys. I do love Spider-Man 2099. I do love this variant. Yeah, I have the Dan Hip, and I have the baby 2099. So I think this might be the best variant he has. The Venom's cool. I like the Dan Hip because I'm a big Dan Hip fan, but I just don't think the Dan Hip is great for Dan Hip. And the baby is whatever, not great. This one's really good. So if you play Spider-Man 2099, which I doubt you do because nobody does, this is a great variant, probably his best one in my opinion. If there was, I don't know. I'm going to call the variant a grab. I think it's a sexy variant. The card overall right now, though, is gross. If you don't have it, there's no reason to go get it. That brings us to this week's card. Now, this card, everybody's skipping. Like, literally every content creator is going to tell you to skip it. And probably rightfully so. At the end of the game, move to a location that loses you the game if possible. Now, a 1-4 isn't going to lose you very many games if it moves. It could. You know, it could be bad, but at the end of the day, it's a powerful 1-drop. It's a 1-4, if nothing else. There's many routes you could go with this. You could play, in like a Khazar deck. If you wanted to, you could play Zero and then play this card, but Zero into Ebony Maw is better, but Ebony Maw has to be played before turn 3. It's not ongoing, so it doesn't work with Sarin. So it has its issues. If you want to see the variants, let's see, which variant are we getting? I want to say, actually, let's just go out here and look. It's this one right here. Yeah. This one right here is the variant. It's okay, but the Dan Hip is actually really, really good. Like, if I would end up with Martyr, I would definitely get the Dan Hip. The Dan Hip is really, really nice. Probably the best variant here. This one's kind of cool too, but I don't know. This one here that's in the spotlights, just, it does nothing for me. You know, no offense to Alexei Bricklot, just not a fan. Now, let me talk you into why Martyr is a good card. I'm going to give you a couple of decks right now that I think would be very, very fun and very, very good with Martyr. I'm not necessarily saying that you should go out and spend a spotlight key on Martyr with some of the cards that are coming up, but I'm going to show you that this card is better than a lot of content creators are going to tell you it is. Let's go. All right, first up, we have one of my favorite cards that I haven't gotten used in a long time because it just hasn't been great, and that's Lockjaw. This would be my usual Lockjaw build, right? But if we pick up Martyr, which is another sexy card to use, we'd have to figure out someone to drop to throw Martyr through Lockjaw. So what would you do, right? Because you usually want to discard here and whatnot. So we could remove the discard portion of this, right? And we could just add some more tech type cards to the deck. There's a lot of but first off, you're going to add Martyr, so that takes up one spot, right? And there's a lot of ongoing running around. You could run Rogue, and another card that I would highly suggest running right now with all the trash running around is Killmonger. Now, Killmonger, you have to be careful, obviously, if Martyr does hit play. Blade you don't care about, so you have to be careful when you play it. But this is a solid option, right? You have Rogue to knock out some of the ongoing things. You can pass through Lockjaw, potentially, if you play it in that lane. You have Killmonger, can destroy a bunch of trash before you get a Nihilist or whatever. So this, in my opinion, is a solid list to throw Martyr in, and one that I would definitely rock if I picked up Martyr. Now let me show you one more list. All right, my second deck list, I'm using my friend Chef Taylor's favorite card, Thanos. And this one we're calling Thanos Makes a Martyr of You. This one uses Echo, Luke Cage, Cosmo, Debris, Gladiator, one of the new cards, Captain Marvel, Sentry, Blue Marvel, Valkyrie, Doctor Doom, Thanos, and of course Martyr would be in the deck. The idea here is to try to fill up your lanes as much as possible so Martyr can't move. Remember, if Martyr can't move, she can't move to a lane that causes you to lose the game. Blue Marvel, of course, is going to pump them up. Cage is going to keep you from losing cards, and this is very good against trash players. Echo, don't forget, after your opponent plays an ongoing card here, remove its abilities. It's a great turn one card to stop a lot of the ongoing and the nonsense that's out there. You just got really good cards to fill up lanes. Sentry works really well with Valkyrie because you can play Valkyrie on the -10 card that you played in the right lane. Potentially you would have you'd have a rock there, you'd have the -10 card, you could have Martyr there, even you could have Echo there with those cards. Then you play Valkyrie on turn 5. You could have Thanos's stones there. They're going to become all 3 power. They're going to be buffed up with Blue Marvel. This right here is a good deck with Martyr in it. I'm telling you right now. I think people are sleeping on Martyr. I'm not necessarily saying that you should spend spotlight keys on it, but I think, much like Gladiator, people are sleeping on this card and they pumped up a Nihilist too much. Am I wrong? I guess we'll see. But I was right about Gladiator and I was right about a Nihilist. So I guess we'll just have to see. All right, so that is Grab or Gross for this fine Sunday morning. I hope everybody had an amazing Thanksgiving. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful for this week's Spotlight cards. Again, it's not an amazing week. Jean Grey is okay. Spider-Man 2099 is just not great right now. And Martyr is whatever you think it is. I think it's a useful tool card, especially a 1/4 is super powerful. A 1 drop of 4 power is just super powerful. The effect stinks. There are ways to get around the effect, however, and I hope I gave you a couple of those if you do decide to go in on Martyr. The Dan Hit Martyr is amazing, by the way, and if I do get Martyr eventually, I will be rocking that card. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section below. If you disagree with anything in this video, by all means, let me know in the comments. We can discuss it. I love having a good discussion. And if you enjoyed this content, please, please, please leave a thumbs up. I appreciate that very, very much. Check out all my videos I upload every day here. We're so close to full-on YouTube partner. I can taste it. We're going to get it before the end of this year, but I need your help. You got to check out all my videos, watch them every day, leave thumbs up so more people can see the videos. Comments help a ton too. So please leave comments if you can. And until next time, you can catch me right here, same buck time, same buck channel.